You guys have never owned a small business before?
No.
Who wants to work for the man? Underpaid, underappreciated, unable to control your own destiny. I take people out of the rat race and make them their own boss in a week. My ultimate goal is for you guys to actually live the American dream. My name is Dennis Mulgannon. I've been buying and selling small businesses for 25 years. From cupcake shops to locksmiths to laundromats. I've built companies with over $250 million in annual sales and created over 5,000 jobs. People ask me if I have an MBA. I tell them, yeah, a massive bank account. But I also find businesses for hopeful buyers. Last year alone, I helped over 600 people take control of their lives.
There's nothing better than being responsible for your own business life.
There are thousands of small businesses for sale across America, from 25,000 to 25 million. Buy one and you're in charge of your own destiny.
If this doesn't work,
If is not in my vocabulary. Tonight I'm helping a young couple with a growing family strike out on their own.
We have $100,000 that we can put toward a business.
I'll find them 3 companies for sale, have them test drive each option, then close the deal on the one they want.
Listen, the business is great. Are you great?
So I'm asking, are you ready to buy your own business?
If you go back at 345, you think that's going to be...
offensive. This is Be Your Own Boss.
You want a snack?
Can you grab me some puffs?
Thank you, baby.
Today I'm in Arlington, Texas to meet with Jonathan and Shelly Marzak. The fact that Jonathan lives in Arlington is incredible. I mean, he's got real opportunity here. The economy's on fire, lots of businesses for sale. If you're gonna buy a business, this is the place to do it.
Hey, Dennis.
Jonathan?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Hi.
Shelly?
I'm Jonathan Marzak.
And I'm Shelly Marzak.
We've been together for 13 years, and we have 2 young children. I currently work at a gasket and seal distribution company, and yeah, that's about as fun as it sounds.
Tell Mommy what you did at school today.
Shelly is a stay-at-home mom, and the current job that I have has really provided us a great life, but the potential for our future is just limited. When I was in college, I worked at my dad's wholesale and distribution company. Since I was 19, I always wanted to own my own business just like he did. But to be honest, I've just been scared to take the leap. I have a great income where I'm at right now, so going all in, putting everything on the table to be in our own business and build our own future, I mean, it's a bit scary, but I just can't sit here and wonder what if any longer.
I wanted to kind of explore just a little bit about finances in terms of where you guys are comfortable from an investment standpoint.
We have $100,000 that we can put toward a business.
Where's that coming from?
A big chunk of it is savings and a loan as well from my father.
That's great of your dad to do it, to support
Yeah,
it. That's
absolutely.
Wonderful. Income. What's kind of the bare bones household you guys have to cover?
This is something we've worked on a lot. We've leaned out.
Preparing for this, that's
preparing
great.
for this. We've always had a budget, and we watch it closely month to month. I think if we can net $5,500 to $6,000, we can make it work.
Okay. With $100,000 to use as a down payment, the Marzaks have plenty of money to buy a profitable business. Jonathan and Shelly can secure a bank loan of up to $400,000, so they can buy a business up to $500 grand. That gives us a lot of great options. Guess what? Let's get going right now.
Sounds
We're
good.
ready.
All right,
I'm excited.
This time next week, we might be business owners.
let's go.
All right, awesome.
There's 3 things I look for when evaluating a business. Are the numbers solid? Is there growth potential? And what's the work-life balance gonna be? The first business I'm showing is Rag Snow Cone Supply, the largest block ice manufacturer in North Texas. After you. Believe it or not, the ice business in the US produces over $2 billion in sales annually.
We are a snow cone supply house. We manufacture block ice. We manufacture snow cone syrup. We have customers across the country. They've all found us word of mouth.
Julie's selling because she and her family are moving to Amarillo.
Cups, spoons, straws. I'm literally a one-stop shop for all the snow cone stands.
The offices at Rags are leased, but there's over $215,000 in assets, including trucks, ice machines, and freezers.
These are our mixing tanks. This is where we make our simple syrup.
Another thing that differentiates Rags from their competitors is their custom syrups are made from high-quality sugarcane. This is so good.
It's really good. By Memorial Day, we'll have 22,000 blocks in here.
Wow.
Our goal is to have this empty by Labor Day, so then we turn around and start building for the next year.
I've got a great idea. Let's take this outside.
Okay,
It's
okay.
11 degrees in here.
Great, yeah.
All right, let's go,
Let's go.
guys. Oh, Rags financials are as solid as their ice. For the past 5 years, Rags has had steady sales and profits, and they've grown their customer base. I know the asking price is a little high, but I think I can get it lowered a bit.
I would never have thought there'd be a business like this out there, but that's pretty cool. You've done a great job here.
Thank you.
You know, Rags really checks all the boxes. Solid financials, real growth opportunity, and for Jonathan, he can spend more time with his family.
Thank you for coming
Thank
out.
you.
Yeah,
It's so nice
absolutely.
having
Thank you so
you.
much for
It's
showing
nice
us
to meet
around.
If Jonathan ends up buying this business, I want him to expand that custom syrup side nationwide. I really like the opportunity here.
Here we are, guys. Your next business.
This one isn't glamorous, but you could really say it delivers the goods.
That's crazy.
Today I'm showing them Mos Enterprises, the regional trucking company. Most small businesses can't afford their own fleet of trucks, so they use a company like Mos Enterprises to haul things for them. Owners Melvin and Cheryl Stevenson have been downsizing, getting ready for Melvin's retirement, and that's why they're selling.
It's provided a great life for us.
They own 5 trucks. It all comes with the business. They're all free and clear, but they're really only operating 2 trucks today. This is a business that's simply underutilized.
Since Melvin started downsizing the business, his revenue and his profit have dropped about half. But if Jonathan just puts all 5 trucks back on the road, it's about $1 million in revenue. If he adds more trucks, the sky's the limit. This potential makes the asking price very reasonable. And since Jonathan would never be on the road himself, he gets to stay close to home. So Mos Enterprises meets all my criteria.
And there's one more thing to do. You need to get up in the truck. Is that all right?
Well, Jonathan won't be a truck driver himself. If he buys this business, he needs to understand what it means to be one.
You never drove a stick before? Oh, Lord. So now you're going to ease off the clutch, let the brake go.
We're all good.
All right.
That was completely new experience, and
We could tell.
yeah.
I'd like to say that was impressive, but I'd be lying, okay?
I never imagined myself managing schedules for truckers or finding clients who need shipping. But with 3 trucks sitting here collecting dust, it's just hard to ignore the opportunity for revenue.
Let's move on.
All right.
This last business is built on service and reputation. And while it protects homeowners from the weather, it could really make it rain for Jonathan. BC Roofing has the most attractive financials of all 3 businesses I'm showing the Marzoks.
Welcome to BC Roofing. Does primarily residential right now, but is moving into some more commercial work too.
The Dallas-Fort Worth market is immense with over 1 million single-family homes. And with BC Roofing charging an average of $15,000 a roof, it should be profitable for a long time.
Last year I did 1.2 mil with 1 salesman and me.
Very solid.
BC Roofing's producing a lot of revenue for a company with just 1 sales guy. And it's way under Jonathan's budget. Jonathan will easily make more in salary than he does now, and he gets to play to his strengths, which are customer service and sales.
My feet hurt, my knees hurt. I'm getting a little old to get on those roofs today. That's one reason I'm looking to sell my business now. But I would need to stay on board as a salesman because I'll still need money.
That's actually a really good idea. I like that.
Yeah.
Jonathan wouldn't be buying a whole lot here in terms of assets. What he's buying is really that 30-year history of business in Dallas-Fort Worth and also getting Brad as a salesperson who can drive an additional $1 million of revenue a year. That's an incredible opportunity.
Really what I'm famous for is right here. I'm the only roofer in Dallas-Fort Worth that uses custom soldered flashings for skylights and fireplaces.
In service industries, having anything unique or proprietary is very rare. And the fact that Brad has custom soldered flashing, that's really a benefit to this business.
And you know what? We don't get callbacks.
What I really like about this business is 30 years with the same owner. Another thing is the financial side. I mean, that's huge.
The ask is $284. That's it. These types of businesses, not sexy, but they're always going to be here. Brad's built as solid of a service business as you could ever hope to do.
I agree that BC Roofing does have a lot to offer, but its success is dependent on Brad's reputation. So what would I really be owning if he retired? Would the business survive without him? I mean, it's intriguing, but we're all in on this, so we have a lot to think about.
Coming up,
A little faster.
Just
How do you feel up there?
Jonathan's been working at a gasket distribution company, but he's looking for more flexibility to spend time with his wife and kids. For the past 11 years, he's been dreaming of being his own boss. Now it's time for him to take the leap and buy his own business. After you. I've shown him 3 small businesses for sale, but after some thought, Jonathan decided he wanted to pass on MOS Trucking. Even though it had turnkey growth potential, Jonathan felt it was just too far out of his wheelhouse. Now they're gonna roll up their sleeves and dig deeper into BC roofing.
Wanted to put you guys through experiencing the roofing business.
As a small business expert, I really like my clients to get down and dirty. They really need to learn the business. So Jonathan might not be too happy with me after today.
Christian called me up to see if he has hail damage and make a recommendation.
I love BC Roofing's cash flow, and the ability to add customers in this heavily populated area is endless. And it's his for only $284,000. But Jonathan's not a roofer, and he needs to learn what a roofer does every day.
Jonathan, I think you really need to get up on that roof. So,
Okay.
you got to experience it.
I'll take you up there with me if you want. We'll go look around, see what we see.
All right, sounds good. I have a high fear in this type of business. I mean, I'm good at marketing and selling products, but when it comes to roofing, that's just not my thing. Have you fallen off a roof?
I haven't fallen since I was about 18.
Heights don't scare me too much, but still, you know, it's a first time.
Just go straight on up to the ridge.
Nervous?
A little bit. I did not want to get on the roof. I wanted to stay safely on the ground and just wave.
So I'm going to point out some hail out here. We're going to look for spots where the granules have been knocked off. Would you like to see if you can find a couple spots?
All right, let's see here.
How do you feel up there? You don't look very steady.
She's taunting you, I'm telling you.
Doing all right, doing all right.
You are?
When I was up there on the roof with Brad, I saw nothing but roofs for miles. There are so many potential customers. Now I understand the opportunity in this business.
Impressive.
Yeah, it was interesting. Going and meeting with the sellers is just a whole different experience. You get so much more seeing their operation than you can just looking at financials or in a profile.
This is the biggest investment they'll ever make, and you simply can't learn about a business by reading about it online or in a book.
Hey guys,
Hey, good to see you again.
good to see you too.
Rag Snow Cone Supply is a great fit for Jonathan and Shelly. The asking price is a little high, but this has been a steady performer, and the growth potential for snow cone sales in Texas is huge. Jonathan just needs to decide if he's willing to freeze his ears off for 10 hours a day. That's all.
In the summertime, we'll have about 1,000 blocks go out a day.
Wow, that's a lot of ice.
You want to give it a shot?
All right.
Each row holds 5 blocks.
Okay. A little faster.
Hey, you're next. I'll let you get the last.
Got it.
Great job, guys. Okay, let's make some flavors.
All right, let's do it.
So we have over 400 flavors.
Do y'all have any with the princess in the name?
We have Barbie.
My daughter is gonna need a princess ASAP.
Yeah.
I think my kids would love the snow cone business. My little girl Ella has probably more of a sweet tooth than me, which is saying something.
Tanya, Kevin, this is
Hi.
Jonathan and Shelly.
Hi, nice to meet y'all.
It was pretty easy to understand how Rags operates, but it was extremely eye-opening when we actually met one of their customers. Man, I never realized that there is so much money to be made selling snow cones.
There are some weeks we brought them 600 blocks between their 3 locations. Each block will yield around $35 to $42 of profit for the stands. So between all of their stands, it could be on a upscale of close to 20 grand a week.
Wow. It's crazy to hear one of their customers sharing how much business they do, $20,000 on a week in one of their busy times. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, great day.
You too. That just kind of blows my mind.
What'd you guys think?
Pretty cool to see kind of the
Day-to-day.
day-to-day operation and get a chance to meet one of their customers. It kind of brings me back home to what I was doing when I was 18, helping my dad, you know? Going around and you get your hands dirty, do whatever you gotta do to help small business, right?
Right.
So.
There are 2 great businesses here that Jonathan can buy, but he only gets to pick one. It's decision time, and we better get it right.
Well, let's move on.
Sounds good.
All right, let's go.
Coming up,
If you go back at 345, do you think that's going to
I think it's offensive. We're down to 2 businesses, Rag Supply, the ice business, and Snow Cone. And of course, BC Roofing. Sleep really well last night? How are you doing?
No.
Yeah, nervous a little bit. Just big decision.
It is a big decision. And I know you've been preparing seriously for the last year, but you've really been thinking about this for 11 years, right?
That's
So,
correct.
I mean, this has been a long journey for you and really gonna try to get you across the finish line here with whichever business you choose today. It's decision time for Jonathan and Shelly. After 11 years of dreaming about it, it's time to buy a business. Both options I brought them will provide the financial security they're looking for. It's about passion now. It's about them living their version of the American dream.
We can start with BC Roofing. I see the plus side, the Metroplex, it's a growing area,
Booming.
booming area, so potential there. Concerns with that one, the business is so built around Brad. When he exits the business, what will happen to the sales, even if you negotiate some things up front?
Okay, that's legitimate. Jonathan is right to wonder if BC Roofing's value lies with its owner, Brad. But there's no doubt the ask is very reasonable considering the yearly profit. So what do you guys think of Rag's ice supply?
It's very niche. Most people would have no clue.
I didn't, but I fell in love quick when I discovered it. The financials for Rags are solid, but BC Roofing's are much better. We can't ignore that. It's gonna be totally up to you guys, whichever direction you want me to go. I think I brought you some pretty darn good sellers. The asking price for BC Roofing is 120K less than Rags, and the profit annually is 50 grand more. But what I've learned in my career is that money isn't everything. If Jonathan doesn't have passion for this business, he's probably going to fail. So which business do you guys want to buy?
It's a tough decision. They're both great companies, but we want to focus on Rag Supply.
Great decision.
Thank you. I chose Rags because it really aligns with the type of business I like to own. I love building relationships, and Rags has a great core group of customers that buy from them every single year. BC Roofing is certainly more attractive from a financial perspective, but I mean, I don't know anything about roofing, and I just can't see myself enjoying the work.
So I need to call Julie. I know she has a broker, because I need to get them over here. I need to go beat them up on price, because we all agree that this is overpriced.
Yeah.
Now it's time for me to do my job. I love negotiating the deals. Jonathan's been looking at this for 11 years, dreaming about owning a business. I'll get him across that finish line. Sellers are here, so let's get this started. I'm suggesting that we come in at a price offer of $335,000. We roll it into an SBA loan. So is that what we're all kind of talking about here?
Yes.
That's it.
Uh-huh. Yep.
I'm gonna offer Julie $70,000 less than her asking price, so I have some room to negotiate. I'm also gonna see if I can get her to do some of the financing so I can get the down payment lowered for Jonathan. The more cash Jonathan and Shelly keep in their pocket, the more they can expand the business. Great business, family business, great potential buyers. One of the challenges with the business for us right now is simply the financing part of it. So I'm gonna make an offer, and I think it's a reasonable offer. We'd like to see a price of $335,000 with an SBA financing.
What would their down payment be?
That's what I want you to come back to me on, and where you guys think that needs to be. This is the economics that makes sense for them.
Okay, well, let's meet halfway.
Okay.
She'll absorb 35. Okay, they'll absorb 35. That puts it at 370. The 20% down would be 74,000.
But we could do 24,000, so they would put 50,000 down.
She's met them halfway on the price.
Okay, let me go see what happens. Jonathan offered $335,000, $70,000 less than the asking price. Julie countered me at $370,000, but I got her to finance $24,000 of the down payment. I think this is a very fair deal. They met you halfway at $370. She's willing to do a third of the 20% down. You guys would have to come up with 50 down.
The only thing is the 370. Do you think we can get down to 350?
The last thing I want to do is to come in on a seller and offend them. They've gone down 35,000, which is good faith. It's great.
But the price is killer. That's still high for me. If you go back at 345, do you think that's gonna
I think it's offensive.
That's still high for me. If you go back at 345, you think that's going to
I think it's offensive. You want my gut? I think it's a great deal because of the legacy and how long it's been around. And you're buying $215,000 in assets too. Don't forget that, right?
Yeah.
Listen, I get that Jonathan is scared, but this is only $35,000 more than he wanted to spend. He's gonna get that back in a year. With the ice, syrups, and equipment, he literally doesn't have to spend a dime to keep pumping out profits. It's the bottom of the ninth, Jonathan. Take the deal.
You know what? Yeah.
We have a deal?
We have a deal.
We have a deal.
It's awesome. Great choice, you guys. Great
Thank you,
choice.
Thank you so much.
Let's go tell him.
A week ago, Jonathan was a 9-to-5er. Now he's his own boss and controls his life and destiny. He's been looking at doing this for over 11 years, and I feel so good about being able to get him across the finish line. He's a small business owner now.
We got a deal.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
I'm excited
I
for
know,
y'all.
we're excited.
Thank you. Oh, I'm so proud. I mean, he wanted this, and you know, just when you've been with someone for so long and you just love them so much, I just couldn't be happier.
All right, let's have a drink.
Okay.
On you.
It's on Dennis.
This was a huge step. It's the first step of many bigger steps that are coming. It's just the start, you know? It's just the start.
Couldn't be happier for you guys. This was the right business, so it's perfect.